What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video, we're going to take a PvP look at Greithoth, the Breaker of Wills, aka Ghost Rider, in case you couldn't tell from the major change to his appearance. But for this one, I thought using the worthiest team-ups would be too easy, so we're going to do that at some other time. Instead, we have three kind of different team-ups for him. So we're going to start with Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger can actually cause sin with their level 2, believe it or not. And then we have the small Hadron Collider, which can also cause sin with its Dimensional Rift. So there it is, sin to all enemies. I don't think it's too difficult to follow where we're going with this, but of course sin helps out Greithoth. Now don't get me wrong, the enemy team having Ronin and Kurth has me a little bit worried. We've suffered a little bit of damage, now we're going to try to cause sin to the entire enemy team. So that initially does some damage, then we take a huge counterattack, and the rune has me worried. Well, alright then. We're completely knocked out. Not a great beginning. Oddly enough, I'd say this team performed the worst of the three. And that's kind of crazy considering Cloak and Dagger is our teammate. But hey, we're going to still try to pull this one out. It doesn't help that their overpowered Kurth hits Greithoth next. But on C&D's turn, we're going to begin by using Blackout. Remember, that can cause sin to the opponents. And thankfully it does cause their agent to attack Kurth. For no damage, but at least he's going to skip his turn. So now on the Breaker of Will's turn, we're going to begin by using Primed and Ready. Then our Will Breaker. Will Breaker, by the way, is a quick action, and it causes broken will, so reduces damage done on the next attack. Then it's going to grant him Greithoth's glory equal to the number of sin effects on all enemies, which increases attack and defense. So as a follow-up to that, we're going to use our Are You Worthy? This is his big hitting attack. It does 41k and knocks Ronin out. So at least he's taken care of. Now we mainly have to worry about Kurth, of course. So she's going to be up next. Fortunately, we do preemptively counter her, but her Stonebreaker still hits, and the rune explodes for 18k. So good to see that's still way overpowered. It comes down to Cloak and Dagger, and I really wanted to show off Greithoth, but I thought we should still keep this fight in it, because it's pretty competitive. So with our next attack, we're going to actually pull out Pitch Black, and then hope we can hang on. While we wait to get back to our turn, I do just want to say that, at least for my build, I don't think Greithoth is that overpowered. You're mainly going to have trouble with characters like Faiza Hussein, so Faiza and C&D team are very tough. And facing teams that can do this ridiculous amount of damage, that's pretty tough too. But at least with Kurth down, we can use Child of Light, and then our level 6. A shot in the dark should end this match, and they end up doing it. So at least we still got the win, and we saw a big attack from Ghost Rider, so not bad. Sorry, Greithoth. For our next team up, we're going to use Kraven the Hunter, and you're probably wondering why. But it's because on the Breaker of Wills level 1, he has Malignant Poison, which counts as a poison for whatever effects. You know, Kraven likes poison. For example, he'll follow up on single target attacks on poisoned enemies. So I figured why not give them a shot together. Shanna also likes poison, but anyways, we're going to begin our turn with our level 6, and then we'll follow it up with our level 1, which does have Malignant Poison. And that's because we switched to the Scrapper. There's also going to be a lot of flank going around, so I mean, we're going to pretty much follow up attacks no matter what. But still, I think it's worth trying these two out. Now, I absolutely love Greithoth's level 6, and then you're going to get all this Pyrophoric too, because of the follow-up triggering it as well. Still though, Faiza has quite a bit of HP, and we really don't want her to get another turn. So we're going to have to hope for something great to happen. Now on Kraven's turn, we can use his traps. Basically, we're going to start with his debuff buff trap. So be prepared. Poison Mist Trap. After using that, we'll gain back some HP because of the sympathetic E-ISO. And we also had Manifesting on it. So our next attack will be a critical hit. We begin with the most dangerous game, and we follow it up with his level 1. After all the hemorrhaging, Phasa's very close to being knocked out, so we'll just have to see what happens on her turn. And yes, because of the dots, she does go down, so that's a huge turning point in this fight. It makes me pretty confident, I'm not gonna lie. Then after Cloak and Dagger attack, and the Grace Note hits our agent, our Fire Tornado will go through and at least exhaust the enemies. This also causes some Pyrophoric, so you have to love that. That was only a quick action, so with our next move, we're going to actually suit up. We had a bunch of other great things we could have done. However, I really wanted to buff our team, and see what kind of damage we could get with that Finest Hour. So you know what we're going to use. That's going to be Invigorating Charge. And that's it for my agent's turn. Then on C&D's turn, our Hunter Trap actually goes off, but they did use Blackout. Still though, Greithoth's doing fine. And what we're going to do on his attack is, well, I think once again, we're going to go with his level 2. It seems like the best bang for our buck. I don't want to try to go for something else and not do knockout damage, so we use that on C&D. We hit them for 41k, and they're gone. So hey, you can't say he doesn't have knockout power. The Breaker of Wills can definitely come through with that. But on Kraven's turn, we will use his Momentary Advantage and get an extra turn. Then we'll use Be Prepared. Following that, I'm going to throw his Spear, and it does big damage. Okay, the Metaphysical Rifle is going to counter us, but we're just going to go ahead and end this with I Am the Hunter. This may not do the biggest damage, but definitely enough. 10k, we'll take that all day, that's not bad. So for our final team, let me try to explain what I was going for. We're using the Breaker of Wills and Red Hulk. I thought to myself, well, first of all, Pyrophoric should go off a lot with this team. Besides that though, Greithoth is great at lowering the enemy's attack. And if we're bringing down their attack damage, then they have to hit the Red Hulk, who's going to absorb a ton of their energy while protecting. I figured this could be a pretty solid team. Maybe even a decent defense. So I decided to try them out, and by the way, so far they've worked very well. At least on offense. We are also trying the Golden Sextant on my agent, but unfortunately there's no Worthy on the enemy team. Still though, we get combat expertise and a follow-up as a quick action. And we might as well use that now, since we have to use the Blackest Void next. So that's going to be the end of my agent's turn. You saw that the Breaker of Wills didn't take a ton of damage. Red Hulk did get hurt quite a bit, but hopefully he can stay in there. Well, he is going to get a Bulwark off, so we'll use that as a quick action. And we're using the Big Boss E-ISO on him, which I love. Then, since the enemy team has blasters, we're going to go ahead and start by using our level 1 on Star-Lord. And we're also going to follow that up. Now, we may not have the greatest ISO combo on him because we already Meltdown, and that's not great. But look at all this Pyrophoric. Pretty cool, I have to admit. And then we're still going to absorb some energy. Plus another Pyrophoric hit. Then on Greithoth's turn, we're going to use Close the Gap. And we're actually going to go with Feel the Burn on Star-Lord. This will finish him, at least with the follow-up. We're going to see some more Pyrophoric on Spitfire. And then, remember, we weakened the enemy team's attack quite a bit. So let's see how our concept works out. Okay, not too much damage from that attack run, and we see some more absorb energy. Then, yeah, Spitfire's hitting pretty weak at this point. So she's going to get absorbed some more. And really doesn't hurt Red Hulk. So yeah, I think the concept is working out. The Rapier hit probably shows it off even better. And we're even going to see a Cosmic Cardinal for hardly any damage. All the while we're absorbing a ton of energy. So this team probably was in fact my favorite of the three. But still, it's not over, so we're going to use the Fire Tornado on our agent's turn. And then after that, we're going to suit up. Once we suit up, we'll use Invigorating Charge, and we should see some big damage after that. So hopefully we end this video with some big knockouts. So here we go, Invigorating Charge. Then the enemy agent's gonna use the Raft Shank again. A very weak attack, but we'll take it. Unfortunately, on Greithoth's turn, if we use his level 9 to set him up, we may get a double knockout. So we're just gonna go straight to Are You Worthy? And the total damage is 42,000. Well, hey, he's gonna finish over 40k in every single match. Then with Red Hulk's final turn, we'll use a Bunker Buster. And it doesn't crit, but it still does very nice damage. So that's going to be it for this one. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for watching. Ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.